SEED actually stands for Social and Enabling Environment and Development. So it was suggested by my colleague, and basically why seed is we see as, you know, when you talk about seed, it's about growing, right? So we are all always concentrate on what is above rather than looking at the ground, because we work from the ground. So that's why we start the word with seed itself. SEED started in 2014 April, and we were actually started right from the beginning from 2007, and we were known previously as Pusat Bantuan Khidmat Social, or PBKS, and at that moment of time we was actually under the Ministry of Women, and they were supporting the female program, the transgender program, and people living with HIV program. But at the end of 2013, they basically abandoned us, and we were left with zero. And when I say zero, it's like they just shut us down. So from there, myself and the team, we basically feel that we cannot disown the community, because there is no other place than us, basically, right? So that's where SEED started. We registered ourselves as a non-government organization, and to be honest, we struggle because it was so difficult to get support from the government, and it was so difficult to get support even from at the early stage, basically. And we ending up starting our own fundraising, and, you know, doing our own charity events here and there. And at the end of the day, I was very surprised to see that the society in Malaysia is actually very kind-hearted, because at the end of the day, we had so many of support from the society out there, giving us that basically funding, you know, I mean, not funding, but basically money, right, to get this place now that we have, even though it's not a big place, but at least it's a space, a safe space for the community. It's a mixture. We have the transgender community, we have the female sex workers, we have people living with HIV/AIDS, and basically all the marginalized community in Chalkade area. As being a part of the community, as being a transgender myself, I know the feeling of being abandoned, I know the feeling of being discriminated, I know the feeling of being in prison and so on. And it is, you cannot find support from anywhere. No one will accept us, you know. Even like going to the hospitals, right? Once, if you are a transgender person, the first stigma that you get is just not based on whether you have any disease or whatsoever, but they will just judge you based because you are a transgender person, right? So based on their own personal experience, and also been working with the community for so long, they are the one that actually inspire me to start SEED and not to, you know, lose hope on them. And till today, I'm still here for the community.
So I always come here to meet my friends here. They are all homeless. Most of my friends are homeless. And then myself, I have my family, this and that, but still I come here and join with them. Then I find out their problem, this and that. What I can buy, like cigarettes or bread, I come and eat with them together, share things, and I get to know about friends like, who are very, very susah. They got no food, sleeping in the roadside.
So SEED has allowed you to build a lot of connections and
yeah, I mean connection with people who are poor, this and that. All kind of people lah, macam rumah tak ada, itu, ini, masalah kewangan, homeless.
of course we are looking into sustaining seed, because as I mentioned earlier, we are, we're not funded by the government or whatsoever, right? So we need constant support based on our funding to sustain the program that we have right now. But for future planning, we are actually looking into a full day shelter. Why? Because we can see a lot of, especially trans people, that they do, when they reach a certain age, when they reach in an elderly age, they have nowhere to go and they end up homeless in the street. As for other male or female, we can refer them to shelters, shelters, old folks home or whatsoever, right? But for trans people, it's a difficult problem. So we are looking into having a full day shelter where we can bring the community to come and stay, and not just for a certain time, right? So they are safe and they're protected, and they have a place where they can call home.
Take you back here. Here is our counseling room, where we do one-on-one counseling with the clients, and it's all our clients' files, which are all PNC. Back here is where the community sleeps and eats and generally spends their time if they need a safe space to crash. We have gender neutral bathrooms as well, washrooms, where they can have a shower and clean up when they need to. I'll just take you back to the main entrance. So this is the kitchen, and this is the back door that leads to the back alley. This is the main entrance that the community uses, just for security and safety reasons, and also if they're too nervous or embarrassed to use the front gate, so they come in through here.
I always believe the first step is to create awareness, because this is what I notice. When people when they do know something, it creates fear, and that fear creates all those negative inputs, discrimination, prejudice and everything. So I believe by creating more awareness, to speak up more, that's the main tool, and that's what I'm doing till today. Yeah.